Are we ready? Now, just as a reminder, everybody, okay, I should make this very clear before we even begin. Before we even get started, chat, just as a reminder, when we are discussing this, we are not discussing the state as a whole. Just like when we were talking about everything happening with the anti-ICE protests and everything, that is not the state as a whole. It is a large amount of people, but it is not the entire state. It's not the entirety of the population. Just like when we are looking at this video, bear in mind, this is not a commentary about Somalians as a people. This is not a, just like Nick's first video, this is not a commentary about the Somalian people as a whole. It is not. It is focused on individuals who happen to be of Somalian ethnicity that are perpetuating fraud and theft. That is a very clear distinction that must be kept in mind. We are focusing on the individuals that are facilitating this crime, not their entire ethnic group. Okay? Let us be very clear about that before we even begin. We are looking at the individual fraudsters, not the populace as the whole. Okay? Now, let's jump into this.
I'm asking
No. You don't ask me nothing, man.
$2.25 million.
Get out.
Are we the only community that does fraud?
How come they said this building was closed?
Do you guys know where advanced mobility is?
Oh!
Advanced mobility?
Yeah, we're looking for it. Never heard of it?
They know we're shining the light on the fraud.
Ahoy!
They have no defense.
Would you like to see anybody in the government here held accountable?
Most definitely, because there can definitely be an allocation of funds.
The Minnesota fraud scandal continues to get worse and worse as billions of dollars.
By the way, that was a Minnesotan citizen that said people need to be held accountable. This is presumably a Minnesotan citizen that just said, yes, I want people to be held accountable.
Funds.
The Minnesota fraud scandal continues to get worse and worse as billions of dollars of fraud has been exposed, and as I showed the world the blatant fraud taking place at daycares and other locations across Minnesota, it became the most viewed video expose on the internet and created instant change within the government as the Fed sent thousands of federal agents to Minnesota. And
they
the
keep coming.
HHS froze over $185 million in all payments to childcare. And while politicians like Tim Walz call people like me white supremacist and far-right delusional conspiracy theorists for exposing the fraud, meanwhile,
the desperation by this guy. Yeah, my opponents have been celebrating this far-right YouTuber as a groundbreaking journalist. Bearing in mind, when Nick, we need to keep this in mind. When Nick Shirley put out his first video, literally the only thing that he put out is he was going to suspected fraudulent daycares and saying, this is peak daycare hours. Why are there no children here? Or going to daycares and going, how do I go about signing my child up? And they go, no, your child isn't welcome here. And showcasing that these daycare centers are earning millions upon millions of dollars, and they're not taking care of any children. The doors are locked during peak daycare hours. Not once did he bring up ethnicity. Not once did he bring up gender. Not once did he bring up any of that whatsoever. All he brought up was that these are supposed daycare centers that are not taking care of children. There are no children present, and they are receiving millions of dollars for nothing. And to Tim Walz, who I'm telling you right now, it's going to come out, he's getting kickbacks. I guarantee when they pull in the forensic accountants to start cracking open Minnesota's books, I guarantee you, it is going to be discovered that he has taken kickbacks from these fraud, he's basically railroaded the paperwork through to allow this fraud to occur, and he is receiving God knows how many millions of dollars in kickbacks from these fraudulent daycare centers. And he's trying to deflect it by calling them far right and saying that he is a delusional conspiracy theorist, which, by the way, how is he a delusional conspiracy theorist if he literally has the state paperwork? If they have literally the state paperwork right in front of them saying that they're being paid this many hundreds of thousands of dollars, this many millions of dollars by the state in black and fucking white, and they're not operating. How is that delusional conspiracy theory? How have you not been able to discredit him other than just claiming that he is a white supremacist? Because that's all Tim Walz has done. He's offered absolutely zero evidence to counteract what Nick Shirley disclosed in his YouTube video. Has offered no counter evidence to the point other than saying that Nick Shirley is a conspiracy theorist, he is alt-right, and any investigation into this is white supremacy. That has been Tim Walz's defense this entire time. Zero evidence to counter anything Nick has said. And by the way, Grumpy Veteran, thank you for the gifted, and York Dog, thank you for the gifted also. And by the way, I am not as of yet going to start throwing around the tampon tinny moniker. No, I'm trying to keep this professional until maybe he says or does something so insanely stupid that I just say fuck it. But I'm trying to keep this professional. Professional streamer. I'm going to try and keep this professional, and I will attempt to keep the name calling of the government officials to a minimum, if I can. I will at least try, okay?
Theorist for exposing the fraud. Meanwhile, he actually dropped out of running for re-election. The Minnesota fraud scandal has erupted the nation as protests and riots took place, all starting.
Yeah, by the way, if he was so confident that everything was on the up and up and that he was in the righteousness, why did he suddenly just drop out of the governor's race? If everything was above board, why did he drop out of the race? As soon, like within a week, it was within a week or less of Nick Shirley's video coming out, he dropped out of the race. Why would he do that if, as in his words, everything was above board and this was just far-right conspiracy theories brought on by a white supremacist? In his own words. Why would he drop out then? Gee, awful coinky-dinky, isn't it?
The Minnesota fraud scandal has erupted the nation as protests and riots took place, all starting because daycares like Quality Learning Center were exposed. However, the daycares is only a small portion of the fraud taking place in Minnesota. In this video, I will take you into what has continued to allow this fraud to happen and connect all of the dots for you, exposing all of the fraud from strange connections of the business owners and the politicians who have openly admitted to the fraud on live TV. And to dive deep into the fraud, I met back up with the local David, who has been investigating this widespread fraud scandal for years. So here in Minnesota, you have
and this man brings the fucking receipts too. I love this man. This man does his research, and Drave is here. Okay, real quick, Drave, I hope you're still here. Everyone, please wish Drave a happy birthday. At his request, I'm not going to sing, but I do wish Drave a very happy birthday. Happy birthday, Drave. Okay. Thank you, Z Hunter. Thank you very much. So, yeah, I love this man. He brings receipts. Actually, Atanashi, that may be changing. That may be changing. But yeah, this man brings receipts. That's why I love him being here, because he actually brings the paperwork with him. I love it.
You have daycare fraud, you have adult daycare fraud, you have healthcare fraud, and you even have more fraud. What's some of the fraud that's also taking place here inside of Minnesota?
Well, what I think might be sort of the heart of the beast here is this transportation fraud. And what I mean by that is in Minnesota, we have something called non-emergency medical transportation, NEMT. My research has shown that there are about 1,020 such companies in Minnesota.
And these are, and before anybody thinks that non-emergency medical transportation is a scam in and of itself, this is actually common. This is kind of like this is in a myriad of states. It's even up here in Canada. States I would even go so far as say the majority of them are not a scam. They basically the purpose of non-emergency medical transportation is for people that are disabled or people that have mobility impairments, uh, that they can basically have someone with, effectively speaking, an ambulance. They do use ambulances, and they do have individuals that are at least trained in first aid, but they are not EMTs. They are not paramedics. They cannot, they don't respond to emergency calls. They basically go for people that like they're old and infirm. They take them to hospital appointments. They take them to doctor's appointments. They're not volunteers, Mike. No, no, they're not volunteers. They are business. This is a business. But they take people with mobility issues to doctor's appointments. They take them to dentist appointments. They take them to eye care appointments. They take them to hospital visits or appointments. It's anybody, anywhere that they need to go for an appointment and they are not able to transport themselves due to a medical mobility issue. So they are very legit. They are all over. They are all over the United States. And they're all over in Canada as well. So, yeah, it's this is a thing. Before you think that this type of business is a scam, it is not. By and large, it is. They are not a scam. They are legit businesses. Now, some of these that he may be looking at may be scam, like individual scam businesses. But as a whole, this industry is not a scam. It is legit. And Ray and Believer, thank you both for the gifteds.
And more than 90% of them are Somali owned.
And so right here on the table, what do we have? All this
Wait, where? Hang on.
Companies. My research has shown that there are about 1,020 such companies in Minnesota, and more than 90% of them are Somali owned.
Gosh. 1,020 total non-emergency medical transportation services, and 90% of them are Somali owned. Holy crap! And that's not the city of Minneapolis. That is the state of Minnesota. Holy shit! Well, scary guy, the question is it a lack of oversight, or is the oversight in on it? That's the question. We don't know yet. And Grumpy, thank you for the 5 gifted again.
And so right here on the table, what do we have? All this information right here.
So I have a number of companies that are local here in the Twin Cities, and this is just a fraction of the companies that are out there. What I found was that the national average for a non-emergency medical transportation company is 20 vehicles per company. A lot of these companies, their address is an apartment, some are in a house, some are in a convenience store. Some of them
oh my God.
in a vacant building. There's no signage. There's nobody there.
And so why would...
Are you fucking kidding me? Why? Yeah, if there's a lot of them that basically their locales are what he described, which is basically not a non-emergency medical facility that can house 10 to 20 vehicles. Whoa. It's time. Okay, it's time for the FBI to descend upon the State House. The entire government of Minnesota needs to be investigated right now. Because this, like, between the Medicaid fraud, the daycare fraud and now the non-emergency medical transportation fraud that we're about to be privy to, there's no way that this happens without the Minnesotan government being in on it. There's no chance that this amount of fraud is happening and the Minnesota government is just that fucking retarded and blind to what is going on. The FBI has just got to descend on the State House with warrants and start going through the books. Bring in the forensic accountants. It's time to start crunching numbers.
Would there be such a need for all these transportation companies here inside of Minnesota?
So,
Oh, by the way, sorry, I'm going to pause a lot. I know you're shocked. I do believe that the IRS has opened up an investigation into the state of Minnesota. If I'm not mistaken, I thought I read somewhere that the IRS has opened up an investigation as well. And if there's one agency you do not fuck with, it's the IRS. And so, yeah, the IRS is on the case. You are fucked. And I can't wait to see it.
so if you think of this transportation as the hub of the wheel, so childcare is a spoke, adult daycare is a spoke,
Really?
autism is a spoke, the interpreter services, which we can get into, that's another spoke. It all ties back to transportation. Why? Because those meals someone had to deliver those meals. Someone has to deliver the kid to autism, or say they did. So it all revolves around the transportation. And
Really?
so when you're looking at this, you say, okay, well, let's just be conservative. Let's go on the low side. Let's say there are only 800 Somali-owned non-emergency medical transportation companies in Minnesota.
The IRS sent a whole task force? Oh, they are fucked. Oh, they are gloriously fucked if the IRS has got a task force. When not
Right
even
there,
the...
criminal scum. Nobody breaks
Hello?
the law on my watch. I'm confiscating your stolen goods. Now pay your fine, or it's off to jail.
Fuck you.
Then pay with your blood.
Ta-da! Oh, no, it's... When not even the Joker fucks with the IRS, you know you're done. They will go through everything with a microscope. Oh, yeah, you don't fuck with the IRS because they have one purpose and one purpose only, to make sure that the government's getting its fair share and that you're not doing tax fraud. You're done. And I was about to say something else. Shit, there's something else I was going to say and I lost it. Damn it. Anyway, but yeah, I can't wait to see the results of this.
Let's say there are only 800 Somali.
Oh, I knew what I was gonna say. Someone mentioned there was no way that these guys. Yeah, I take offense. She said there's no way they came up with these scams on their own. Don't forget that the woman that was convicted of Medicaid fraud was the CEO of 44 of these fraudulent daycare centers. And what do you want to bet? She coordinated with other people to, like, for the rest of the fraudulent daycare centers. They didn't come up with it on their own. There was a fucking Karen that initiated all of it. And she's already been arrested. She was arrested for the Medicaid fraud, that $9 billion of Medicaid fraud. She's already been hooked up for that. But it was discovered that she is also listed on the books as the CEO of something like 44 of these fraudulent daycare centers.
Okay, well, let's just be conservative. Let's go on the low side. Let's say there are only 800 Somali-owned non-emergency medical transportation companies in Minnesota. Well, again, the average is 20 vehicles per company. So that's 800 times 20. And the way these NEMT companies are paid is if they bring someone to a doctor's appointment, whatever the case might be, or Costco or wherever wherever they're going, because remember, it's non-emergency medical transportation.
Yep.
Well, we went to Costco because they have to eat or they'll die. So that's considered, right? So it's almost impossible.
Believe it or not, that's legit. That's legit. Having non-emergency medical transport, bringing a client to the grocery store is legit. I used to see that back in Newfoundland. When I was living back in Newfoundland, there was non-emergency medical transport there, and non-emergency medical transport would bring their clients to the grocery store either for groceries or for like pharmacy runs or what have you. It's not unusual. That is perfectly legit.
Possible to figure out from the outside what exactly the payments are for each of these trips, but I have a pretty good idea. So when someone provides a transportation to a facility or a location, they're also paid for the time to sit there and wait for the appointment to end and then drive the person back. So they're paid 3 different ways. And the average is going to be $50 per trip. So it's going to the appointment as a trip, coming back trip. So that's $100 per round trip.
That's how they do it.
So
Okay.
if you have 800 companies in Minnesota that are NEMT companies, they all own 20 vehicles, and they're all making 10 trips a day, and it's $50 per trip. So
Do
it's
the math.
800 times 20 times 10 trips times $50 a trip. Do the math. And the reality is, how many
Yeah.
how many of these trips are being provided? 0. They don't have to provide any. Why? Because when they are paid by the state of Minnesota, these companies go online and they fill out a form, and it just says, okay, how many trips, how many miles. They submit that electronically to the state, and boom, they get paid. Nobody bothers to
receipts
check.
necessary.
They don't call the dentist. Did this kid show up? They don't do anything. As soon as that form is filed with the state of Minnesota, that payment goes out immediately.
And so
No accountability whatsoever. They're literally paying these people on the honor system. That is insane. Like, this is a system literally designed for fraud. And Rudy, HIPAA is like the Hippocratic Oath. It's basically where medical professionals cannot disclose medical conditions to anybody.
I love stealing. I love taking things.
Yeah. Holy crap. Oh, they don't do shopping and firm trip. They do patient transfers. Doctor appointment in my state, that is. We also have an elderly person transfer company that sends a daily bus run and take them out shopping. Okay, well, Coyote, it's possible that your state, are you sure it's throughout your entire state or just through your location in the state? Or, is that statewide or just like your city or your county that does that? Because NEMT is fairly common in states from what I understand, as well as in Canada, although it may vary by state to state. Maybe individual states may do it, maybe do it differently. All information can be considered HIPAA if your attorney is crafting. Well, okay, here's the thing. HIPAA, when it comes to reporting to the state of the trip, HIPAA does not qualify. Okay? HIPAA does not qualify if you, as a company, are responsible for doing non-emergency medical transport to and from, like, to a doctor's appointment. HIPAA does not come into play because at no point should you be asked to submit any personal medical information about your client or patient to the state. You are only submitting, okay, client hired us to go to this locale. We were there for this long. Then we took the client home, and that's it. That has nothing to do with HIPAA. You're not disclosing any of the patient's conditions, any personal confidential medical information, nothing like that. You would literally only be just describing the service that you provided, which by definition is non-medical, therefore not covered by HIPAA. What they do as a non-emergency medical transportation is not covered by HIPAA. So they have no legal right to refuse giving over their records under that auspice because there's nothing medical involved.
Essentially, these transportation companies are what hold all of the fraud together, because you have the daycare centers working with the transportation companies, the adult daycare centers working with the transportation companies, the healthcare companies working with the transportation companies. So it's just another way to bill and to also make it look like something's happening here inside of Minnesota.
This is the belly of the beast. All of this fraud revolves around these transportation companies. All of it. This touches every part of fraud here in Minnesota.
And today we're going
Holy
to confront
shit.
these people. We confronted them last time. There was no kids in any of the child care centers. And today, what do you expect?
Oh, remember after Nick's video came out, there was talk about a bunch of kids that were getting bussed out to the daycare centers so they could try go, see, there's actually kids at these daycare centers, but they actually bussed them out from like the suburbs or something, that they weren't actually local. They literally brought them out there just for show. What do you want to bet these transportation companies facilitated doing that busing? No, I'd rather they get the clamps. Give them the clamps.
Expect to see.
Where I get NEMT exists because NEMT actually utilizes ambulances. And for a lot of these non-ambulatory patients, they can really only get transported by, some of them maybe have to get transported by stretcher or wheelchair. And they are larger vehicles, so it's easier for the clients and the patients to enter and exit the vehicles. And for those that are bedridden, a stretcher might be required, which obviously you could not do with a taxi or an Uber. So that's why you can't, and plus they need physical assistance getting like in and out of bed, stuff like that. So that it's not a simple matter of just getting a taxi or an Uber when you need people there with them, assisting them in their mobility, because they can't do it on their own. That's the whole purpose of non-emergency medical transport, is that they need those extra set of hands to assist the person with the mobility troubles.
Of them last time, there was no kids in any of the child care centers. And today, what do you expect to see?
I think we're going to see some vehicles because, when I drive around the cities here, I see these Somalis driving, and mostly it's like a Plymouth Caravan or whatever, and there's never, ever been a passenger. And in 7 years, I've never seen a passenger in any of these vehicles. I've followed some of them. They're going to Costco, they're going to Sam's Club, they're going to Walmart. The driver gets out, goes in there, loads up a shopping cart, comes in, puts it in the van, and off they go back to where they live.
And now we're going to go out and see what's happening with these transportation companies.
Oh boy.
And here's the other thing. Tim Walz and the Department of Human Service, you threw the people of Minnesota under the bus. Shame on you, and I'm coming for you.
Hell yes. Hell yes. Get this man a protection detail. This man should be protected at all costs.
You heard it here first, David. All right, let's go. So where's the first location we're going to?
The first location is a company called Safari Transportation, Cedar
2
Avenue
A's.
South in Minneapolis.
And so what makes Safari Transportation Company an interesting transportation company?
Well,
Allegedly fraudulent.
Well, the thing about Safari is that they've been registered since 2015 with the state of Minnesota as operating vehicles. And again, the national average for a non-emergency medical transportation company is 20 vehicles. So if they've got 20 vehicles and they're at 607 Cedar Avenue, I have no idea where there's parking them, because there is no parking anywhere near this office.
We've arrived to the transportation company. We're outside, and right there,
Nuts guy, I have a feeling. Obviously, I'm coming into this blind, so I have not seen this. I am guessing at some point in this video, he is going to have a mob coming after him. Because remember, this is his follow-up. His other video had already released when he made this one. He is going to have a mob coming after him at some point in this video. I guarantee it. Now, bearing in mind, he does have a protection detail with him. Don't forget, he does have guys with him as a protection detail.
We have a Loving Arms adult daycare. All the windows are completely boarded out right there. And there's supposed to be a transportation company registered right here. It's 617, but it's a liquor store. So the location here is 607 and also 617. These are two transportation companies. We're on a main road right now. And
so 5.
This is 607, and it is not a transportation company. It's actually a money transfer, but it's registered here, 607.
Oh how much more on the nose can you get? It's supposed to be a transportation company, and it's like a Western Union money transfer company. Wait, is this a Divine Comedy? I swear to fuck, we have walked into a goddamn Divine Comedy right now. What the actual hell?
This does not look like Safari Transportation. Where is the transportation company?
I don't see any signs denoting that there's any transportation. It's all just looks like money wiring. But if you look at the Secretary of State's office, state of Minnesota, Safari Transportation, 607 Cedar Avenue, and it's been registered here since 2015. That was the original filing.
So let's see if we can, we have the manager, let's see if we can find FOD. Hello. How are you? We're looking for the transportation company.
Safari Transportation?
Looking for Safari Transportation?
No, there's no Safari Transportation here.
No Safari Transportation?
Safari Transportation, 607 Cedar Avenue.
We're just looking for Safari Transportation.
We don't know.
So, but this is registered for Safari Transportation,
know.
607.
That's the address.
Okay, we don't know.
We're asking where Safari Transportation is.
We don't know.
Did you
Okay,
know
so the
Fuad
business
Omar?
is not here.
Don't record.
Fuad Omar?
Fuad Omar?
We don't know. This, do you see this? What is this?
Money transferring.
That's it.
Okay,
Well, this
registered.
is from the state.
This is fraud taking place. This is supposed to say, this is for Safari
find out.
Transportation.
Go find out.
Yeah, we did find out. This is fraud right here.
Registered here
This is
since
registered.
2015.
2015?
Safari Transportation, state of Minnesota.
2015. Yeah.
Well, but it's registered now. This is current, just off the state of Minnesota website today.
Sir.
Please.
This is from today. I just printed this off today. Fuad Omar.
Go check it out.
We're here. This is 607. Where's
See, now here's the thing. Well, okay, Atasha, I was about to address that. Just saying, like, the poor guy may not have any idea, but here's the thing. He's not responding like a guy that might not have no idea. See, you would expect a normal business person, when you have a couple people walk in and they go, oh, this is supposed to be Safari Transportation, a regular business owner would look at that and go, I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. This isn't. I have no idea why that business is listed there. You wouldn't go, like, he went immediately hostile. And I'm guessing it's because maybe he realized who this was. Like, maybe he could have been, like, freaked out initially, like, for, like, a few seconds when they walked in, go, what the hell's going on? And then they're asking, like, is there Safari? And they're like, no. Well, there's supposed to be Safari listed here. Most business people would probably look and they go, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, they might say, like, I've been here for X amount of months or X amount of years. And like, well, this is listed right there. It's like, I have no idea why that's listed there. I've been here for X amount of time. I'm sorry, I have no explanation for you. This is my business. I don't know who registered this business here. It's not mine. Like, but he went immediately hostile like this. Like an initial like shock. An initial shock response, understandable. Absolutely. But then maintaining hostility instead of saying, like, going and saying, like, let me take a look at this. I don't know. I have no idea, and going the route of, I don't know why this is, I have no answers for you. I'm sorry. I wish I had an answer for you. I don't know. I've been here for, 5 years. I've been here for like 5 years. There's never been any kind of Safari. We just have the money transfer. We've got the cell phone, and I have no answers. But he's going hostile. And yeah, it's like, you could say, like, well, he's like, Nick was talking about fraud, and that got the guy's dander up a little bit. But again, a normal business could be a normal business, legitimate business, would have responded with, "You can accuse me of fraud all you want because I know I'm in the righteous." I don't know why that is on why it's registered in Secretary of State. You'll have to talk with the Secretary of State. My business is righteous. All of my business licensing is paid up. I've been here for X amount of years. If there's any fraud, you're going to need to talk to the Secretary of State's office to see who filed the license for that. That could be, that might be a more reasonable response from a legitimate business owner. You could make the argument that, Nick's jumping in a little hot and coming in with the fraud thing a little hot. And that's like getting him hot under the collar. And again, I think his video already dropped by the time he started this investigation. So they may have realized, oh, this is the guy that's running around exposing fraud, which either could be they want to hide their fraud, or they're like, they have the general attitude that this community has, stop it, that, oh, this guy is quote unquote a racist and he's trying to fuck over the Somalian community. And maybe that's why he's like popping off immediately. Who knows? The bottom line is there's supposed to be a transportation company in this building and there's not. That's the bottom line. There's supposed to be a transportation company in this building making hundreds of thousands of dollars per day, and it's not here. That's the bottom line.
Now, this is current, just off the state of Minnesota website today. This is from today. I just printed this off today. Fuade Omar.
Go check it out.
We're here. This is 607. Where's Safari Transportation?
Okay, it's no Safari, period.
Okay, so it's a fraudulent business.
Did you see Safari anything here?
Exactly.
Did you see?
Exactly. It's
Did
not
you
here.
see it?
It's a fraud.
Did you see, sir?
Okay, no, you know what? I think I get it. I don't think Nick is not accusing them. When he's saying, okay, it's a fraudulent business, he's not saying fair business is a fraudulent business. He's saying the Safari Transportation Company is the fraudulent business. But yeah, he thinks Nick is saying that his business is fraudulent. And that could be either guilty conscience or we are having a failure to communicate. It could be either or. That's what it was. So yeah, it's possible he could be misunderstanding Nick and thinking Nick is saying his business is fraudulent when Nick is actually saying the Safari Transportation Company business is fraudulent.
Okay, thank you. We're going to go to the next address. All right, let's keep moving on. So 607, this is supposed to be Safari Transportation, no transportation company. And now we're going to 617, another transportation company. However, it is actually Cedar Riverside Liquor. Where is the transportation company?
617.
617 right here.
Dreamline Transportation for the state of Minnesota is registered to 617 Cedar Avenue South.
And it's a liquor store. David.
Okay.
They aren't even trying to hide that these are transportation companies. Where are the vans at?
Should we ask?
Let's go ask.
Oh, God.
Hey, we're looking for Dreamline Transportation.
What's that, sir?
Now we're in 617, Dreamline Transportation.
No.
Where is the transportation company?
No, we don't have this.
You ever heard of Safari Transportation?
Safari, I know Safari, that money wiring, 607.
The money wiring.
Yeah.
Okay, that's money wiring.
Safari
We're looking for
Transportation?
Safari
Maybe
Transportation.
there. 607.
They said they never heard of it.
I never did. Safari company, the money wiring, they send money there. That's the.
Interesting. We have a new wrinkle because did you notice? All right, what's our timestamp here? 11:14. What's the name of that company? He's saying it's Safari Wiring. And what was the name of that business? Leica. Leica Mobile and hang on, let me get to the exterior shot again. No real good exterior shot. But yeah, it was like Leica Mobile, and I'm pretty sure that, hang on, 11:14. Come on. And Tawakol Express. So Leica Mobile and Tawakol Express were the names. And he's calling it Safari. He's calling it Safari Wiring. But that's not even the name of the wiring service. Hi. Yeah. Well, yeah, Leica Mobile is the advertising, but even the name of the wire service was not the same. Yeah, I know. I know, Desdar. You know me. I go with the jank. Yeah, suspicious as fuck. And the fact that he called it Safari Wiring. This man, unprompted, called it Safari Wiring Service when they were asking for Safari Transportation, and he called it Safari Wiring. Unprompted. Unprompted, he called it that.
There, that's the 607.
So Safari gets the money and then they wire it out.
Yeah, there are many.
That man just said that Safari is actually a money wiring company, so therefore they're receiving money and then wiring it somewhere underneath the name of a transportation company.
So we said to go here.
Suite A right here. And then you have 617A right here, but this is reliable services, immigration, travel, and tax. I do not see a transportation company anywhere.
Good morning. Hey, we're hoping to find Dreamline Transportation. Have you ever heard of it?
I've never heard of it. Ask next door.
He said to ask here. That you would know.
Ask next door. This is a mailbox. It's not a roll call.
So, Dreamline Transportation could be nothing more than a mailbox. 834.
That's
So
true.
it could be one of the
And so could Safari Transportation. What if Safari Transportation is also just a P.O. box? That could be.
these mailboxes. Well,
Okay, see you later.
607 Safari Transportation doesn't exist. It's actually a money wiring business. 617 Dreamline, inside of there, it's actually a liquor store. And then 617A is a place where there's a bunch of mailboxes and it says reliable ITT services. How are you doing, man?
I just want to ask you,
Yes, sir.
why are you sensationalizing?
Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. Here we go. They're coming out. They're coming out. Buckle up. Here we go. We got the SJRs coming out of the woodwork. Are you ready? Why are you sensational? He's about to ask, why are you sensationalizing hundreds of millions of dollars of fraud? To him, that's yes, I have upgraded the acronym. Chat, I've upgraded the acronym from SJA, Social Justice Activist. I have upgraded it. I have upgraded it from Social Justice Activist to Social Justice Retard. We are upgrading the acronym. It is now SJO. Okay? That is what it means now. And so now we have we have a potential SJR showing up to say, why are you sensationalizing the millions of dollars in fraud? Yes, correct, Victor. Yes, that's what I said. It's social justice retards. Yes. Oh, this is okay. I need to back this up. I want to hear it from the beginning. This is going to be good.
Why are you sensationalizing the propaganda?
What are we
to-
sensationalizing?
To attack our community. What's your final objective?
We're
Are
not
you-
attacking your
are you-
community by any means.
Are you making
We're
good money
looking-
from this?
We're looking for fraud.
No, I'm
For
not.
instance, can you answer our question? Where's Safari Transportation Company 607?
1 second.
It's not there.
How
And why
much-
don't you answer?
How much money are
Why don't you
you?
answer the
how much
question?
money
Where's
are you
617
making?
Dreamline Security?
How much money are you making?
I make
off
money
of
off of
this?
YouTube. That's how I make my money.
Exactly. So you're making money off of sensationalizing.
That's my job.
He's trying to, oh, you're just doing it for the money. Oh, of course he was like, how much money are you making off it? Dude, how much money are you making off it? Gamer, that are coming up and asking why you're sensationalizing. Maybe we should be asking you, how much money are you making from the fraud? Are you involved in this fraud that is literally stealing millions, hundreds of millions of dollars from the taxpayers of Minnesota? Maybe we should ask, are you making money on this? Yes, he makes money off of YouTube. That's his job. His job is literally a YouTuber. So yes, he's making money off of it because that's his job. You know, kind of like reporters make money by reporting, which is exactly what he's doing, you retard. He is a reporter. He is reporting. He's just not paid by a corporation. He's paid by YouTube based on the amount of views that his video gets. It's the same as any other reporter, just the money's just coming from a different, a different corporation, effectively speaking. How does that make a difference? See, he's basically trying to say, oh, you're aggrandizing it to try and make money when he's not aggrandizing anything. If in his last video and in this video, he has not yelled, he has not screamed, he has not thrown slurs. He is not like, done anything bombastic. He's literally spoken calmly the entire time, has asked questions calmly in a very neutral way, and that's it. And he has presented his findings. This guy doesn't like the fact that Washington, D.C. is now looking at him. That's why he's upset. He's basically doing what Tim Walz tried to do, which is discredit him, because he knows that DC and ICE and the FBI are looking at him. So that's what he's doing, the SJR thing, to try and discredit him, label him as a white supremacist, which makes him a viable target for their killers.
Attacking the Somali community.
I'm not attacking you guys. We're asking.
I'll tell you the
fraud is
reason why
fraud,
this is
sir.
happening. All right, let me tell you the reason why
fraud
you're
is
attacking
fraud,
this.
correct?
Yes.
This has nothing to do with race. This is fraud.
This
fraud.
absolutely has to do with us being Muslim.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, yeah, of course. Oh, there it is. There it is. He had to pull out the fucking religion card. He had to pull out the race card and he had to pull out the religion card. Of course he did. Of course. Desperation. He is desperately trying to discredit Nick. The problem is, he can't. He can't discredit Nick because Nick is only producing facts. He is only presenting facts and people don't care. The isms and the ists and the phobes don't work anymore. Nobody gives a shit. The moment you pull out the racist card, the moment you pull out any istophobia card, you've immediately tanked your argument and no one cares. And they know that you're lying. If your argument based on black and white facts is you're doing this because of istophobia, number one, your argument is now invalid. Good day, sir. Number two, no one fucking cares. Those cards don't work anymore. People like this, the SJRs, have used those cards. They've saturated society with that card usage so much, they don't work anymore, and no one cares. And I guarantee you, the FBI, ICE, and the IRS damn sure don't care.
FBI, open up!
Get ready.
All right, and us being from Africa, this is a constitutional argument. If you don't want us here,
did this mental deficient just try and equate fraud to a constitutional issue? This troglodyte literally just tried to say that issues of tax fraud is a constitutional issue.
You are made of stupid.
My God.
change the freedom of religion. Say, listen, you don't want Muslims in this country anymore.
We're not saying that.
No.
We're not saying that.
When I go
Sir,
onto
we're
your
talking
comments,
about fraud. You're talking.
When I go onto your comments,
my comment.
He's desperate to try. He's trying to get a soundbite. He is desperately trying to get him to say anything even close to, I don't like Somalians, I don't like Muslims, I don't like Africa. He is desperate to get that little soundbite. Desperate. Dude, you suck at this. Mr. SJR, you suck at this. You really do. Leave the reporting to the professionals like Nick here, dude.
What I see is people that say we do not want Muslims here. Kick every single Muslim in Minnesota out of Minnesota.
And he hasn't.
That's a comment.
You're preparing for the Somali community to maybe be taken to concentration camps. Just like the Japanese community, all right? You're sensationalizing.
The retardation levels are off the scale. Hey, FBI, IRS, I know you've got facial recognition. I'm thinking this one might need to be investigated. Anybody that projects this fucking hard is hiding something. I would not be surprised if this guy ends up being the quote-unquote CEO of those two companies they were just looking for. And he's getting in his face like this to maybe distract from the fact that maybe he's the quote CEO of one or both of these two fraudulent transportation companies. So when it basically jingle the keys so they don't look at him too hard and they'll just blow him off as just some SJR that's trying to start shit.
Not.
All right,
Sir,
something that
answer
can
the
listen.
question. Where
is
the transportation vehicle company?
Jeopardize
answer the question.
The safety and the protection of the Somali community.
We're talking about fraud.
If anything happens to the Somali
community, we're talking about fraud.
Listen, I'm not doing anything. I'm not physically touching you.
You're getting very close.
I'm not physically touching you. No, I'm not physically touching you.
This is fraud. We're talking about fraud. You're defending fraud. You're defending fraud. You're defending fraud.
People who hate Muslims want us out of here.
People can say what they want. I'm not censoring anybody.
Are using your material. Islamophobes use your material.
Back him up. Like, security needs to get in there and back him up.
Say to us, we don't want you here. Change the Constitution. But guess what? Let me tell you something. Guess what?
Say it. We're asking about fraud. We're asking about fraud.
You hate Muslims.
I'm not saying I hate Muslims. We're talking about fraud.
Yeah, there it is. There it is. He's trying. Yeah. He's playing it by the SJR playbook. There's the SJR playbook. He doesn't like the fact that they're exposing their illegal activities and defrauding the state of Minnesota and honest taxpayers of millions and billions of dollars, and he's pulling up the Islamophobia card. These bodyguards should have like pushed him back a long time ago, honestly. Honestly, like a long time ago, they should have pushed back. Yeah. Oh, he's involved. No one comes at someone this hard, this fast, unless they're involved. Yeah, and that's like Nick knew this was coming. When he started this, he knew this was coming. That's why he's keeping totally calm and just saying, Ed keeps going. I've never said anything like that. I've never said anything about hating Muslims. I've never said we're investigating fraud. I've never said anything like that. People, my comments are not me. We're investigating fraud. Nick is keeping his cool the entire time, and this guy is looking like a fucking moron. That's the funny part. This guy's looking like a reeing little bitch. He just exposed himself to the world and possibly to authorities to investigate his involvement in these fraudulent companies as a little bitch. Oh yeah, no, we can't. No, absolutely not, Desdar. This is speculative. You are 100% correct. I am not saying it's with 100% certainty that he is involved in any way. It is pure speculation. Absolutely. I am not accusing this man of 100% you are involved with the fraud. I'm saying, oh, it's very interesting he's doing this. What if it's because it's a thought experiment? It's just a thought experiment. That's all. I'm just thinking out loud.
We're talking about fraud.
Why are you attacking us?
This
are
is
we the
fraud.
only community that suffers because of fraud?
We're talking about fraud.
Are we the only community that does fraud? Are we the only community that does this?
This is about
Here they
fraud.
come. They're coming out of the
There's
woodwork.
what, 300 Somali
This is
providers
fraud.
in all of Minnesota?
Coming out of the
There's
woodwork.
actually 800.
Don't keep talking. Don't go
So,
Do you speak English?
transportation companies.
Your security doesn't even speak English. Listen,
Yeah,
let me tell you
so
something.
see, this isn't a race issue.
What? Did this guy what? Is this guy this stupid? The bodyguard is wearing a balaclava and is telling him through the balaclava, you're too close. And he's like, your security doesn't even speak English. Bitch, what are you fucking on? Yeah, like who's the fucking racist one? Gee, are we surprised that this individual is the racist one? That he's the one bringing up race? Gee, it's so odd. It's usually the non-white people lately, or the Karens, or the white liberal Karens, them too. But it's usually it very often you notice it's it's the non-white activists or SJRs that bring up race, not the white people. They're the ones that always bring up race. He has not mentioned race once.
Sir,
Listen, let me
this
say
is about
something.
fraud.
We have, what, 1,000 providers?
Yeah, you guys have a...
Even it's 2,000 providers.
Okay,
you
sir.
want to sacrifice the safety of
Sir,
80,000 people
we're not
because of fucking 2,000 providers? Are you
Yeah, okay, that guard needs to get him out of
Are
there.
you stupid?
I'm not
He
stupid,
needs to
you're
go
stupid.
away.
Where's the transportation company?
What about if a mass shooting happens in Minnesota? It will be because of you. It will be because of you. If any Somali gets hurt in Minnesota, it's because of Nick.
Nope, it's because of you, gamer. If any of them get hurt, it's because of people like you chinning them up, getting them all riled up so they can attack federal law enforcement. The ones to blame for any Somalians getting hurt are you. It's because your dumbass is getting all fired up, pulling out race cards, accusing Nick of being racist when he is not, and having your own people attack ICE, attack the FBI, and potentially get killed because you will charge law enforcement and they will shoot you to defend themselves. You, sir, are the reason why people will die. And the internet will not forget that.
This is about fraud.
One single Somali gets hurt.
This is about fraud,
it's
sir.
because of you. Sensationalizes. You son of a bitch. Sensationalizes.
Wow, you're very...
Those guards need to get him out of there.
Get the out of our
Sir,
neighborhood.
can you tell me where the transportation
Get the
company
out
is?
of our neighborhood. We don't want you here. Get the out of here.
Calm
Free
down,
neighborhood.
sir.
Free neighborhood. Nick Shirley can go whatever the fuck he wants. It's America, you motherfucker. He's in goddamn America. He can literally go in any public space he fucking wants to, cunt. You don't like it, baby, you should get the fuck out of America. Learn the laws of where you live in, bitch. You do not fucking tell someone to get out of your neighborhood. It's a public goddamn neighborhood. You don't own it. You have no right to it. You don't like it? Go walk up to ICE and say, please deport me back to my shithole of a nation. Get the fuck out, bitch.
Out of here.
Sir, this is about fraud.
You wanted clicks?
You're
You got clicks.
sensationalizing yourself,
You
sir.
wanted clicks?
You're
You
sensationalizing
got
yourself.
Yes, he
wanted
is.
clicks? You wanted the YouTube?
Tell me where the
You
transportation
wanted
vehicle
YouTube
is.
clicks? You got YouTube clicks. Now get the out of our community.
Tell me where the
Get the
transportation...
No,
out of
fuck
our
you,
community.
gamer.
Tell me where the...
You
This is
stupid,
about
racist
fraud.
motherfucker.
This is...
Say I don't want
This is
Muslims
about
here.
fraud.
Say I don't want Muslims here. Say it. Say
I'm
I
not-
want to change the Constitution.
No, I don't
and
wanna
wanna
change the
freedom of
Constitution.
religion, and I don't want...
The funniest thing is, this dumb cunt is harming Muslims 1,000,000 times more than what he is accusing Nick Shirley of doing. That's the crazy part. This stupid fuck is the one that's actually doing harm to the Muslim community. This guy right here. Hey, Muslim people of America. All the people in America that are Muslim. This man right here is the kind of person that's doing harm to you. This man right here is the one that is afflicting any kind of like Muslim disquiet, or with people like having an issue with Muslims. This man right here is the one that's lighting that fire, not Nick. He's the one always bringing up you hate Muslims because you're white. You hate Muslims because you're pointing out the fraud that's happening here. This man is the one to blame for and people like him are the ones to blame for any rise of people having like an issue with Muslims. This guy. Remember that. The next time you want to try and say that people like Nick and David like hate Muslims, this is the guy spurning on that hatred. Well, people like Nick and David don't care. He's flat out said he doesn't want to change the Constitution. He has no problem with Muslims. This guy is accusing him of hating Muslims. Why? Oh, gee, maybe he's trying to get clicks. You know, why would he be recording with his phone unless he plans on posting this to Twitter for his own clicks, for his own likes? Gee.
Muslim Somalis in Minnesota kicked them out. I was born in this country. You have to take the passport away from me. That is what you are arguing for.
Do it. Do it. You know what? Take his passport away from him. He wants to act like this and act like, oh, you don't have the right to ask questions. Fuck it, denaturalize him and kick him out. If he wants to act like this, he's claiming he was born in the country. We have no proof of that. But dude, you don't like it in America where a guy asks questions about potential fraud and has facts and evidence, and you want to accuse him of being a Muslim hater and being a racist out of pocket when he's done absolutely nothing of the sort? You know, you got a problem with it? Get the fuck out of the country. Go back to the shithole of your ancestors if you're that pissed off. Fuck off. Because right now, you're not contributing anything to America other than blatant racism. This man is the racist. Make no mistake. He's accusing Nick of being the racist. This man is the racist right here. This is the face of racism.
Change the Constitution.
This is about fraud.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Get the fuck out of our community.
This is about fraud.
Get the fuck out of our community. Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of the country.
Tell me where the transportation company is then.
Get the fuck out of here.
Obviously for this video we had to get security because look at this now.
Yep, the SJRs are coming out of the woodwork.
We're going. We're going.
Yeah, see? Tawakal Express. That's the name of the company. You're right. Leica is the mobile company. The name of this company they're showing is Tawakal Express, and the liquor store company called it Safari.
But there is no transportation company in there. Fraud. There were no transportation companies.
Got him.
No, none.
This isn't about race. This isn't against religion. This is about.
Well, Remulin, the problem is if they called the police for like that guy getting in his face and screaming at him like that, the police are more likely to arrest Nick. The police in Minneapolis are more likely to arrest Nick than their precious Somalian community. House Representative May Bates announced he's calling Nick Shirley to testify for Congress on this fraud in a hearing looking to begin determining who, if anyone, in the state government needs to be prosecuted. Date has not been set. Fan-fucking-tastic. Fantastic. Good. I hope he gets in. I hope he does testify. And I hope they bring the hammer of fucking legal God down on Minnesota. They need, like, the federal government needs to drop like a fucking hammer on Minnesota, and that's just the start. Minnesota is the start. Don't forget, like, this shit is in not only one state. This is in multiple states. Minnesota needs to be the start of this godhammer of the law. It absolutely, after Minnesota, you go on to the next one, and you go on to the next one, and you go on to the next one. There is fraud like this happening in multiple states as we speak. And the cities, the states, and especially the state governments need to have everything gone through with a fine-tooth comb, and people need to go to prison. There needs to be prison sentences for these people committing the fraud, including and especially the state officials that are perpetuating it.
Fraud. We're fighting fraud here. We're not fighting a race.
Well, and this is what happens when you put a spotlight on fraud. The people who are benefiting become extremely violent,
Yep.
and the Somalis are
Yep.
the most violent people I have ever met in my whole life.
Because he couldn't answer the question. Where was the transportation company?
He wouldn't answer the question. All he did was make it about race and then issue threats.
Yep, of course he did.
Neither business was there or operating, and giving a very conservative estimate based off of David's numbers and other numbers online, it's fair to say each business is operating with an average of 20 vehicles and with a much lower and generous rate of $25 per trip. And with 10 alleged trips a day, each business is pulling an estimate of $1.3 million in gross revenue. And with those 2 locations alone, there's over $2.6 million in estimated fraud.
All right, we're going to the next location.
What's interesting, Nick, is that one of the places we just visited, the 617 Cedar Avenue South, that's for Dreamline Transportation. That's the address listed with the state of Minnesota.
Uh-huh.
But the place that we're going right now is going to have vans that say Dreamline Transportation on them, but they haven't moved in months and months. You'll see they're covered with snow. There's no tire tracks. And so...
Victor, the answer is yes. That is the answer of the question of just how much Somalian fraud is in Minnesota. The answer is yes.
Why are they using this address? And all that was in there was a liquor store. And he told us to talk to the guy next door, and those were all just mailboxes. And then the guy next door said, go talk to him. I said, we just talked to him. Obviously, the cover up, and you see how they all stick together.
Yep.
And it's all this intimidation. And thank God we had the security we did there, because that would have been bad.
Yeah. Yeah, if they had not had that security, they would have been swarmed by rabid Nazi bootjacks that would have probably started beating the shit out of them. If the security had not been there, they would have been just mobbed by zombies. And would have been like they would have beat him down, take the fuck out of him, because they know the police won't do anything when they do that. They know that if a bunch of Somalis beat the fuck out of some white guys, the cops are just going to go turn a blind eye. They won't do anything. However, if these two had done anything, they'd be in jail, because that's how it works in these neighborhoods now. That's how it works. If you're a white guy, you go to jail. If you're a non-white immigrant, you can do whatever the fuck you want. The cops aren't going to do a thing to stop you.
Now we're outside of this transportation vehicle company right here.
Yeah, and so you can see these are the vans that say Dreamline. You can see the sticker on the window and the numbers on the rear. None of these vehicles have moved in 8 months. I've been taking timestamp, date stamp photos. All these vehicles are in the exact same spot they were 8 months ago. And look, there's no...
Jesus, if they've been sitting there for 8 months, do they even start? Like, especially in the dead of winter, their batteries are probably dead.
Tire tracks, so they haven't...
Yeah, Revan, he said he's come by every day and taken time-stamped photos. Listen, he's got... Motherfucker has the receipts.
Months. I've been taking timestamp, date stamp photos. All these vehicles are in the exact same spot they were.
I hope to God David goes with Nick Shirley. I hope to God he goes with Nick Shirley to testify in front of Congress. Because this is the man with the receipts. This man needs FBI protection. He needs to have a protective detail. Because Nick Shirley isn't the one that they're going to target. Nick Shirley is the face of this. So everybody knows Nick Shirley's name. But the people that are going to try to facilitate an assassination, they're going to go after him. Because he's the one with all the receipts. He's the one with all the evidence. Of course, knowing him, he's probably got all the evidence in a very safe place that nobody can get to. But this man is the one that needs a protective detail on him.
8 months ago, and look, there's no tire tracks, so they haven't moved.
And this van as well, this is Dreamline. Dreamline was the location where we got chased out
Call the phone
from
number.
the Somalis.
Call the phone
on
number.
617 Cedar.
Call the phone number. There's a phone number on that sticker. Call the phone number and say, hey, where's your location at? Call that phone number.
And this is a vehicle from Dreamline that actually didn't even exist. It was a liquor store. And now it's here and the vans haven't moved at all. Literally. No vans and no tire tracks anywhere. If these vans are being used to transport people,
that's the question, isn't it?
Healthcare, childcare, there would be snow tracks. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
By the way, when I said call the phone number, do not call up that phone number and harass. If you guys make a phone call, do not harass anyone on the other end of that line. Understand me? Do not. I will not. If I find out you do that, you're gone. You do not harass anybody. Am I fucking clear? Am I very fucking clear? If anybody calls that phone number and you get through them, you do not harass them. You do not fuck around with them. Clear? Okay.
10, 11 vehicles here. No snow tracks anywhere. These vehicles are not being used, and these transportation companies are making lots of money. Meanwhile, there's actually nothing to show for. Here's all of the vehicles right here. And the vehicles that are coming in and out, like this Toyota, it does not have anything to do with transportation company because there's no stickers on it and there's snow tracks. But the vehicles that are supposed to be used for transportation are literally locked in. Snow is building icicles. No one's even came out to remove the snow off the window. These transportation vehicles are not moving. And then right here, David has more paperwork for Silver Mountain. And there's 3 different companies in the same address.
Yeah.
So when we talk about...
Wait. I'm gonna see a picture.
And there's
Hang on.
3 different companies.
Okay, I don't know why they don't have... Maybe they blanked all those out. I don't know.
In the same address.
Yeah.
So when we talk about how all these companies are intertwined, this is a perfect example of that.
And this is why these transportation companies are so essential to the fraud in Minnesota, because they allow the fraud to be supported, as the majority of the fraud is from welfare programs like daycares, autism centers, and adult daycares, and healthcare services. They need to leave a paper trail to make it look like something is happening. Therefore, they use these transportation companies to create that paper trail by saying they are moving people from an adult daycare to a healthcare provider, for example, but they actually never provide.
Yeah. Like, think about it. You use the fraudulent transportation companies to say I'm moving someone from here to here. Okay? Then the transportation company can issue a bill. Then the supposed person that is on Medicaid, that is the recipient of these services, can then submit a fraudulent claim to Medicaid to get money for that transportation. And then that all gets put like into a kitty. And same thing with like the autism. They could probably do this with like, transporting with the Autism Foundation. They have supposed autistic people that they're transporting, and then you can bill the autism charity for the money to basically pay for the transportation. And yeah, it's like all of it routes around transportation.
The service at the healthcare provider, but that paper trail allows them to continue to bill the state for the money, and everyone gets paid. That's why this fraud is so deep and hard to dismantle, because quite literally everyone is involved.
And it's all because the...
Did you see, like, hang on.
Because
like, look at all this. Real estate brokerages, they run the healthcare companies. Then you've got an African mineral company, PCAs. Looks like these are housing or some kind of housing facilities. Like, holy fuck.
Literally everyone is involved.
And it's all because the state of Minnesota never checks.
All right, so
there's
this
the
is
answer to your
actually
question,
the location
Laruk.
for Silver Mountain, Inc., LLC, and Co. Let's see if any... Yes, we're wondering where Silver Mountain.
Silver Mountain?
Silver Mountain.
Oh, I don't know that. Where it is.
It says 2722 Park Avenue.
All of you, get out of here.
Where
Is
is
Silver Mountain here?
Silver Mountain. You don't have a permission to do that.
Okay,
You
so
were
Silver
to-
Mountain does not exist.
You were
No, the name...
doing...
The name's
They
not-
get fired up?
The name's
I
not
don't-
Oh, you triggered his trap card. He's getting fired up.
Silver Mountain. It's just Silver Mountain
Don't ask
Home
me
Healthcare.
that. When you come...
All right,
So
sir.
Silver
Well,
Mountain?
so
This
Silver.
is not a way to-
So
that's
Silver
not the
Mountain
way
does
to
not
make a
exist.
business. You're making a
2722
business.
Park
You have
Avenue.
millions of people watching you.
Silver
You're making
Mountain.
business to
Okay,
certain
sir.
people.
2722.
You have millions of people watching right
Yes.
now. Where is Silver Mountain
I don't
Home
know where
Healthcare?
Silver Mountain is.
Okay, well that's what we're
But
looking for. All right, we're
me
moving on.
sitting there-
So Silver Mountain does not exist. David, we're just
Okay.
simply asking for where is Silver Mountain Home?
Yeah. Again, another one. Why would you get hyper aggressive if say where's Silver Mountain, and when the simple answer is I don't know. If you have nothing to do with the fraud, then you would just go, I have no idea. And that was it. You would not suddenly go all angry. Yeah, and because they know who he is. Because they know who he is, that's why they suddenly get angry. If they were a legit business, then they wouldn't like suddenly go hot. If they were a legit business, they would go, I have no idea. This is business X. I have no idea where that business is. I have no idea why that business is listed being at this address. But no, they get triggered and they go hot. The business status, I said, it wasn't blank. He just went to another way. Oh, okay. All right, Lone Wolf.
I can't find any of these companies. I mean, this is shocking.
Gee.
3 companies are supposed to be in that building, and he's never heard of them. He doesn't know anything about them.
And look, so they don't exist there. Right there, Somali Senior Center and Adult Day Services. A daycare right there. All these welfare companies are in the same location, but their businesses, that business didn't even exist.
It's all fraud, all of it.
Yep.
So right there,
all
it's a
fraud.
transportation company, no passenger, just a driver. How come you think when it comes time to take account?
Wait. Hang on.
No pass.
Blue and right, download the Rideshare app. Is this actually a... Okay, yeah, US DOT. So yeah, if it's got a US DOT number, that is one of those vans. If it's got a DOT number on it, but why would it be download the Rideshare app? Interesting.
No passenger, just a driver. How come you think when it comes time to take accountability for what's happening, or just to answer simple questions about the fraud, they can't answer?
Well, I think their reaction...
I don't know. Nickname, well, no, I'm wondering if Rideshare is an actual app. Like a fraudulent app. Like it's an app that does nothing. That's my question. Because I don't think it's Rideshare. I think maybe it's Rideshare to make them look legitimate. And maybe they have like a bullshit app on the App Store. But maybe it doesn't actually do anything.
Tells you all you need to know. The reaction is so violent that if there was no fraud going on, they would say, what are you talking about? They would have a civil conversation.
Done! What did I say? What the fuck have I been saying? If there was no fraud, if they were not involved in the fraud in some way, when they came in and say, where's this? They would just go, I don't know what you're talking about. And they would be calm. They wouldn't suddenly get triggered and go hot. That is precisely what I said. Is it not?
They can't because they know we're shining the light on the fraud.
Yep.
And they have no defense. So in their mind, being loud and using profanity is their only defense.
Because I'm trying to give them the opportunity to say, where are the transportation companies? Where are the daycare? Where are the children? Where are the companies now? Yet they can't answer.
And to this point, Nick, the transportation companies we've been to, we haven't seen a single vehicle at any of them. In fact, some don't even exist. We can't even find them. And we're going to the addresses that are listed on the Secretary of State's website as their business address.
This is
FBI, open up!
Somebody go and raid law enforcement, Someone in law enforcement needs to raid the Secretary of State's office. Raid the Secretary of State's office, pull all the documents. Full audit. Full fucking audit. The app, what'd you say about the app, Desert? The app works, but it seems to be a front. Superficially, it's structured like an Uber. Okay. Yeah, structured like an Uber. Okay.
This is a massive parking lot here. We're gonna go ask them where their vehicles are. They should not have any excuse as to why they don't have their vehicles here, other than if they are out driving right now. And what's the story behind this?
Well, Scary Guy has nothing to do with IQ, why they can't control their anger. They are behaving like cornered animals. This is what cornered animals do. When you corner an animal, they hiss, they snap, they bite, they swipe. They are literally behaving like cornered animals. When they start reeing at Nick when he's just asking about the business.
Well, this business is new as of March of 2024.
No, waxing bastard.
It's Mohammed Malim is the registered agent for 713 Minnehaha Avenue East.
Me and David headed into this building, however, the owner was not there.
We're here at the suite of Epimonia Transport LLC. There's actually not even a sign here. And anyone here, it looks like there's a guy over here. Let's see if we can talk to him really quick. Do you know about Epimonia Transport here?
So there was a transportation company here in 305 for a long time, even before I joined the building a few years ago. He's never really here. I've seen the office a couple times. There's barely anything in there but a couch. And then I see him maybe twice a month at if so.
And there's no transport vehicles outside. Massive parking lot, but no transport.
I've never seen one. I've been here for 3 years and I'm always here.
See, this is how a normal, rational, non-fraudulent criminal reacts when asked about something like this. Right here, it's like, I've seen this person in here a couple times. I've been here for several years. I've never seen any vehicles. This is how a non-criminal acts. I said non-criminal. Yeah, and he asked not to reveal his face. Very smart. But this is how a normal business person speaks when asked this kind of question.
I'm a workaholic. I'm just nonstop here, so I know everybody in the building, and this specific space here is probably the most sketchy out of any other business here. Everyone else is here. They're friendlier. He just pops in and out.
And for instance, this guy Muhammad, he should have his business in 308. There should be transportation vehicles outside. There's nothing.
That's weird that you say 308 because he's always been in 305 for the last 3 years.
Wow, so he's even lying on his public records with the government.
I would assume if he was to make and doing fraud, it makes sense to switch it up and throw people off track. It would be the first thing somebody would do, I would think.
So since the fraud has started to be exposed, Muhammad has left the scene, and that guy just said, he confirmed that there was never even been transportation vehicles outside. So Muhammad has completely left the scene. He's nowhere to be found, and this parking lot, massive parking lot, actually never even had any transport vehicles according to the guy who lived or had his office next to Muhammad. How quick?
That's total so far, Mike. Between that is combined dollar amounts of the various quote unquote transportation businesses that they have visited so far. So that's a combined amount for all of them.
Do you think the fraud would dry out here in Minnesota if they were to cut out the transportation side of the fraud?
I think it would have a massive effect, and that the signal that would send would let people know the party's over.
Because if me and you were to go to the doctor, we either have to find a family member, drive ourselves, or pay for an Uber. How come they even have this set up?
Yeah, I tried to arrange a ride with one of these Somali transportation.
Okay, Desser, have a wonderful night.
Companies, they said they were all full. So now we're at
wait, what?
One of these Somali. Yeah, I tried to arrange a ride with one of these Somali transportation companies. They said they were all full. So now we're at
Of course they are.
28.
Boy, that sounds really, does it? You know, kind of like the daycare centers where I'd like to get little Joey in here. Oh no, this is not a place for little Joey. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I don't think he's wearing, that's not a vest. Maybe, actually, it could be a vest. Yeah, you know what, well, the shoulder straps look off for a vest. I was thinking that he was wearing, snow pants, but no, it's he's wearing jeans. Yeah, that's a vest. Yeah, he's wearing a vest.
833 13th Avenue South in Minneapolis.
I bet Nick's probably wearing one too.
There's supposed to be a non-emergency medical transportation company here called Advance Mobility Incorporated. And what's interesting about this company is that state records show that it first registered with the state of Minnesota in 1999.
And they have been in business for over 26 years.
Yes, correct.
And so we're going to go inside.
They must have a lot of vehicles.
So this is Advanced Mobility, 2833, boarded up. All these windows are covered right here. We're going to see if we can go inside. There's a bunch of shops in here. We have money transferring shop. We got clothes in here. There's a
Boy, isn't it interesting that in 2 of these places where there are these fraudulent transportation facilities, isn't it interesting that there's money wiring services right there? How fascinating.
coffee shop. Let's see if Advanced Mobility is in here. We got spices. Is Advanced Mobility here?
You know 224?
I don't think you guys are allowed to record it.
Do you know where Advanced Mobility is?
Sweet 224.
She's recording over there, so.
Yep.
224.
Gotcha.
Gotcha, bitch!
You're not allowed to record in here. Yeah, well, she's recording over there. It's fine. He got him.
Do you guys know where Advanced Mobility is? Do you guys know where Advanced Mobility is?
Advanced mobility?
Yeah, we're looking for it. Never heard of it?
What is this? What is that?
Oh, my name is Nick Shirley. We're just looking for Advanced Mobility.
Hey,
Where's Advanced Mobility at?
we don't care about advanced mobility.
That's what we're asking for.
There it
we're
is.
looking for Advanced Mobility. Nobody can help us right now. We got a whole group of people.
Here
trying to get
it
us out of
comes. Here come the zombies.
We're looking for Advanced Mobility.
We don't care about advanced mobility.
Advanced Mobility doesn't exist.
Here come the zombies.
Get the fuck out of here, man. Get out. You need to get out. You need to get out. Get out.
Now they're
They're doing this with a child. They're doing this shit. They're going mob action with a child. They're getting aggressive and ready to attack, and you have what might be a 7 or 8-year-old little boy right there. 7 or 8-year-old boy. And they're gonna go zombie. Wait, fucking community. You think younger than that? I was being generous, maybe 5 or 6. But I was being generous 7 or 8. Yeah, great fucking community that they tout as being so wonderful that they're gonna go full mob action, full zombie, with a child right in the middle of it. Yeah, training the future, perhaps?
Now they're pushing us out of here. Where's Advanced Mobility at?
We don't care about advanced mobility.
That's what we're asking for.
Get out. Get out.
Would you like to give a statement on where Advanced Mobility is?
Nope. Go ahead. Get out. We don't care.
So Advanced Mobility.
By the way, the funny part is these dumb motherfuckers that are acting like this, their faces are on camera. The FBI and the IRS and ICE will be watching Nick Shirley's video. They will be putting every single one of their faces through facial recognition and checking them for wants, checking them for warrants, checking them for immigration status, checking their taxes. By acting like that, by acting so indignant, by going aggro, they literally just painted a target on themselves with law enforcement. They literally just said, you know what, we should probably go send an investigator out to have a chat with these fine gentlemen. Maybe go through their bank records. Maybe check their immigration statuses. Good job, Moritz. If you had just... This is the crazy part. If they had just acted normal, if they had just said, like, where's this place? And they just went, sorry, I don't know. And that's it. They just went, I don't know, I'm sorry. I can't help you. And then just moved on. No one would think twice. Absolutely, if they simply acted like normal, rational human fucking beings and just went, what's the company name? I'm sorry, I've never heard of it. You can try over there, you can ask that person over there. Wish I could help you, I can't. And then moved on. There would be no suspicion. If they acted like normal fucking people instead of going zombie, no one would care. No one would have looked at them twice. But they're so fucking stupid, and they don't know how to act like anything but trapped animals when they get called out on their criminal activities or the fact that they may be in the country illegally, that they have to go into trapped animal mode. Attack. which is so fucking stupid because now they just painted a target on them with the FBI, ICE, and the IRS. Good job, dumbass.
Is not anywhere here. We're leaving, sir. Would you like to give a statement on what's happening here in Minnesota?
You make stuff up. This is a lie. I don't care. Who do you work for?
Yeah, there it is. There it is. You make stuff up. This comes directly from the state. I don't care. Yeah, because this is the behavior of a criminal. This is the behavior of a criminal who's trying to misdirect his criminal activities. Am I 100% sure he's a criminal? No, but I'm going by behavior. This is the behavior of someone desperately trying to hide something by going on the attack. Not realizing that by going on the attack, they just made themselves look more guilty.
Who do you work for? No, who do you work for?
Nick Shirley.
Who do you work
This
for?
is Nick Shirley, sir.
I don't care about Nick Shirley. That's you.
Yes, sir.
But who do you work for?
For Nick Shirley.
I don't care about Nick Shirley.
That's who he's working for today, Nick Shirley.
This is from the
We
state
don't
of
care. We don't care
Minnesota.
about that. Get out of here.
Dumbass.
And see,
He had to tell this Nevron 5 times. Who do you work for? I work for Nick Shirley. No, I don't care about him. Who do you work for? I work for Nick Shirley. No, I don't care about, like, are you just like mentally deranged? You people are fucking idiots. It's, oh my God, the FBI and ICE and IRS cannot swarm this town fast enough. They legit cannot swarm this town fast enough and start financially ripping it apart.
you guys say I can't film, but look at you guys filming. You can do that. You can film here.
Advanced mobility doesn't exist.
Well, so what was
Gotcha, bitch.
interesting was we walked in there.
They are, I've been trying not to say it, but yeah, they're low IQ individuals. They are morons. They are morons. They act like trapped animals. That's all they know how to do. Is when they're confronted, all they can do is act like stupid trapped animals.
And on the state's website, it says it's in Suite 224, but it's a 1-story building. None of the suites had the number 2 on them. It doesn't exist. And it's been registered since 1999, and it doesn't exist.
All right, next location, David.
Yow. So this fraud is dating back to at least the late 90s. So they have been defrauding the state of Minnesota for like 26 years of millions. They have been defrauding the state for millions. Damn. And bear in mind, just remember, these millions and even billions of dollars is literally going back. No, I'm just, yeah, I mean, dating back to 90s, yeah, it is probably in the billions. Oh yeah, Mars, he was just saying, hang on, I'll rewind it.
Registered since 1999, and it...
That place they just tried to find has been registered since 1999. It's been in operation for 26 years. We'll say 26 because it's only just turned over to 2026. So it's been operating for 26 years. So yeah, they've made, I won't prepare to say that singular business has been making billions. That singular business has probably been making millions or hundreds of millions on that singular business alone. But don't forget, the billions in total of the Somali fraud that's been happening in Minnesota, leave us not forget, all of that money is going back to Somalia to fund terrorism, to fund warlords. The vast majority of all of this fraudulent money is funding Islamic terrorism in Somalia. In fact, like the $9 billion alone that was discovered in the Medicaid is at least equal to or even more than the national GDP of Somalia. Literally, the tax fraud in Minnesota that has been sent back to Somalia literally doubled their gross domestic product. Think about that. And it's all funding terrorism. All that money is funding Islamic terrorism. Just remember that.
Doesn't exist.
All right, next location, David, where are we at?
We're at what's called Ray's, R-A-Y-Z Transportation, LLC.
And this is Ray's Transportation.
Florida terrorism, Xanax.
The street, there's no parking lot for...
JRC, I don't think so because I don't think that this fraud could... Now I'm not going to definitively say no, but I'm going to say probably not because number one, this fraud is going back to Somalia itself. It is not going back. It was not going to the Middle East. So it was not going to Al Qaeda. This was going to a completely different Islamic extremist group in Somalia, not Al Qaeda. And not fuck. What was it? Oh my God, my head just went blank on of the group that facilitated 9/11. Well, it has an Al Qaeda branch now, but it wasn't even Al Qaeda back then. It was oh my God. The name of the organization that perpetuates Taliban, yes. Taliban. Caught. Oh, that went right on my head. Yeah, but it was now again, I'm not saying definitively no, but yeah, Al-Shabaab is the Islamic terrorist group that operates in Somalia that basically runs Al-Shabaab runs Somalia. Okay, that's Al-Shabaab runs the country of Somalia with terrorism, and it was not Al-Shabaab that did 9/11. It was Al-Qaeda, memory serves. So it's I won't definitively say no, but I'm pretty certain no that it was just funding the warlords that kept Somalia in a throat lock for the last like 50 fucking years. So, or yeah, it was the Taliban. The Taliban turned into Al Qaeda. It's so fucking hard to keep all these fucking nevrons straight. Yes, it started off as a Taliban. It started off as a Taliban, turned into Al Qaeda, and Taliban's still around. Fucking whatever. They're all pieces of shit. They should all get turned into glass statues, regardless. But yeah, no, I don't think any of the money, particularly since this one company started in '99, they would not have built up enough money to funnel to the Taliban for the 9/11 attacks. It just wouldn't have been enough time. 2 years would not have been enough time to really properly fund them.
And this is raised transportation. We're on a street. There's no parking lot for any transportation vehicles. We'll see what happens. This is the address for raised transportation.
Okay.
See if anybody is here. Is raised transportation here, sir?
I don't know. Transportation place. There's no transportation places here.
Oh, okay.
It's
well,
all,
It's just raised.
healthcare places.
RAYZ.
well, I think it's confirmed they're not here, David. So it's confirmed that raised.
No, there. This guy right here. That is how a normal, rational person. This guy is a security for this place. This is how a normal, rational person responds. Is there we're looking for raised transportation? I have no idea what that is. Oh, it says that it's at this address. Sorry, there's no transportation service here. Totally calm, just like, I don't know, I'm sorry, I can't help you. And that's it. End of discussion. No, you can't be filming here. What are you trying to do? You hate Muslims. Rawr, rawr, rawr. No, this is how a non-criminal response. Yeah, look at his face. He's confused. This is how a non-fraudulent criminal would respond. Don't know, I'm sorry. I don't know of any place around here like that. Boom, end of conversation.
YZ.
Well, I think it's confirmed they're not here, David. So it's confirmed that raised transportation, all of these transportation companies, they're kind of like ghost companies. They exist on paper, but they don't actually exist in person. Would you like to see anybody in the government here held accountable?
Most definitely, because there can definitely be an allocation of funds.
And what's your message to Tim Walz?
Make a change. Make a change, because there's definitely, even when it comes down to like the kids and stuff, there's definitely stuff that like we need spaces for the things that are going on that they're not doing. We need these type of spaces for it. Now this is some crazy stuff, but I'm glad that you bringing light to it. It is a crazy, interesting situation.
Hey, what's up? What you got going on, man?
Hey.
The false narrative that you be going on is a nonsense.
You should get in your car
because you should not be doing that, right?
Yeah, just fucking parts and stop this car right in the middle of the intersection, jumps out. Look at this. Look at this fucking retard doing this. No, bars. SJR. Remember, we've upgraded it. Yeah, and he is an SJR. Yeah, he got his Nick's mere presence talking to a citizen aggroed him.
You are creating misinformation. This is not fair. It's not fair for the American people to be doing that.
Oh, cry. Keep crying.
It's not fair. It's not
Keep
fair
crying.
what you mean.
Keep crying. You're gonna be going away soon. Keep crying. You just exposed your face. ICE is probably gonna be paying you a visit to check your immigration status. FBI is gonna be coming to check your criminal status. IRS is gonna be going through your bank records. Good job. These dumb fucks don't realize they've just painted targets on themselves. Because by him saying it's not fair what you're doing means he's upset that he's taking the stolen money out of his pocket. Which means he's complicit or involved, which means he's gonna go to prison or he's gonna be going back to his shithole country.
You cannot be doing that. You're not being fair.
Oh, cry, bitch. You're in America. He is a journalist. He's on a public street talking to someone on the street. He's doing nothing illegal. You don't like it. Turn in your passport and go back to your shithole. That's it. You don't like it? Get the fuck out.
How?
This country is built on fairness. You're not being fair.
Yeah,
you cannot come into the community and be doing that.
So we shouldn't allow fraud to be happening, right?
No, the country is not built on fairness. The country is built on laws. That is what the country is built on. The country is built upon constitutional law. And people in this community are breaking that law and have been breaking that law for decades. And this guy has very likely been the recipient of those breaking of the laws. And he doesn't like that his cash cow is going to be drying up now that the feds have swarmed Minnesota.
Let the legal system do its job.
Well, it's failed.
We got a governor. We got an attorney general.
You have a governor that is in the pocket of the fraudsters. Check his bank accounts. He's getting kickbacks. I can almost guarantee it. Who also just said, fuck it, I'm not running anymore. I'm pussying out. I'm not going to run for governor anymore. So he's now a lame duck governor and doesn't fucking care. He's just trying to establish his golden parachute before he goes to prison. You have an attorney general. I'm pretty sure didn't the attorney general just come out? I'm trying to think if there was something happening. I thought I saw something happening with the attorney general. If I'm not mistaken, I thought I saw something about the attorney general. What was it? I know nickname. I was kind of getting there in a roundabout way. No, Minnesota AG. The Minnesota AG. I thought I'd seen something about the Minnesota AG, or maybe it was some other government official that admitted that there is no one's checked anything. I can't remember exactly. I can't remember if it was the Minnesota AG or if it was someone in the State Department in that was governing the Secretary of State's office or something that was saying that there was no oversight, that none of the all this fraud stuff, none of it was ever even looked at. I forget who it was though.
Let them do the job.
They don't do that job though.
To do the job.
The AG will not do their job.
If you want to run for office, go ahead, run for office. But you cannot be doing this. This is misinformation.
And this is scared animal behavior.
How is it misinformation, sir? It's from the
This is what you're doing.
state
you're
of Minnesota.
You're coming everywhere.
Oh, the cops are coming. The cops are coming. Run, bitch. Run, bitch.
You see what I mean? We're talking about the...
Oh my God. This fucking moron literally obstructed a fire truck. Because he just jumped out of his car right in the middle of this intersection, he obstructed a fire truck on its way to a fire. I wish that fire truck had just plowed into his car and sent it flying. I don't want anybody hurt, but, basically, tin can his car because he did that. Yeah, I'm all for that. You want to be a fucking animal? You'll get treated like one.
You see what I mean? We're talking about the facts that's happening here.
It's Southside. It's hot turf. Get it.
Sir, so we're...
Oh, so now he wants to act like a thug. Now he wants to act like, did you just hear that? He tried to get all hard. This is Southside. Motherfucker, I've been to the South Side in Chicago. You do not know what being Southside is, you fucking cunt. Don't go trying to act like a fucking gangster while you're all prettied up in your little button-down shirt and your nice coat. You're not a gangster. I've encountered gangsters before. You're not a gangster, dude. You encountered a real gangster, you would be pissing yourself inside 2 seconds.
What's happening here?
It's Southside. It's my turf. Get it.
Sir, so we were just having a civil conversation. That guy hopped out of his car in the middle of the road. About the fraud that's happening. And he's saying
get his license plate and call 911.
Showing light of what's happening here.
They're passionate. They're passionate people. They don't want this type of stuff either going on or be brought to light. So that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna it's a very tight knit community.
You saw it firsthand how crazy it gets out here. He hopped out in the middle of the intersection. So this isn't about race. You're a black guy. They're black, right? We don't have no ill feelings towards you by any means. We're talking about the fraud that's happening. So God bless you, sir, and thank you very much. Why are we doing this?
So we're doing this, A, because it's the right thing to do. The people...
Yeah. Moose, you're absolutely right. The guy he was interviewing is tired of these fucking morons destroying their state. Like, absolutely tired. Like, he knows that those individuals, that all these individuals perpetuating this fraud are destroying the state. The state is in such a bad shape because they have stolen billions of dollars from it. If it was not for this extensive amount of fraud, who knows what kind of social programs could have been instituted? Who knows what kind of improvements could have been made to the state's infrastructure? Who knows what kind of businesses could have been brought in to the state to bolster the entire state's economy if it was not for this fraud? Because don't forget, all of these fake, fraudulent businesses, they're taking up retail space. They're taking up space that other businesses could be operating out of. Like these things hurt the state in a myriad of ways that we haven't even calculated yet.
Of Minnesota and the people of America want this done. Fraud is fraud. And when we try and talk with these people and say, look, the main reason we're doing this is to find out why are all these checks being written by the state of Minnesota for companies that don't even exist. That's what we're trying to figure out.
Well, you know why it's being written. It's because they're fraudulent, and the people are getting angry because they're getting kickbacks. All the people that are getting angry about it, they're getting money. That's why they're so furious. Is because there's over $9 billion of fraud that's happened in the state of Minnesota. And all these people that are getting angry with Nick going around asking questions about fraud, what do you want up that? You check their bank accounts. They're getting money every month. They're recipients of this fraud.
Not a race issue, it's a fraud issue, and fraud is fraud.
And so what most people don't understand about this fraud is it is literally in the entire state of Minnesota. It's not just in one part of Minneapolis.
Well, that's why I said over,
right.
LaRock.
So I think what happens is the people in the suburbs of Minneapolis and St. Paul, they get lulled into a false sense of security because they say, oh, that's in Minneapolis, it doesn't affect us, or that's in St. Paul. And we're showing that this fraud spreads throughout the entire state of Minnesota.
Okay, to put a more finer point on it, it's like, oh, well, it's happening in Minneapolis or it's happening in St. Paul. That doesn't matter. Where this fraud is taking place doesn't matter. Because it's not like these fraudsters are receiving money from the cities. They're receiving money from the state. So if you have these, fraudulent businesses in St. Paul, if you have these fraudulent businesses in Minneapolis, and say that was it, say it was just those two locations, still doesn't matter because the money is coming from the state, not the city, which means that this theft is occurring to every single tax-paying citizen of Minnesota. Location doesn't matter. If it's within the borders of the state, It affects every single tax-paying citizen of the state,
including all of the suburbs. And we're going to bring to light exactly
absolutely,
what's going on
absolutely
in those respective suburbs.
And so what's happening in this suburb of St. Louis Park?
Well, this is one of the Somali NEMT, non-emergency medical transportation companies, that's registered with the state of Minnesota in St. Louis Park. And so let's see if this one actually exists.
This is the location of Crescent Transportation. We have no vans outside right now. Does not look like any vans are outside. Let's go inside, see if Crescent Transportation exists. Here we are, and it's an apartment complex. There's no signage of any Crescent Transportation company. Once again,
this is like the child care facilities registered with the state that are small houses or apartments, and they are childcare registered to take in like 20 or 30 kids. Same shit, different scam.
Another fraudulent business where they don't even have a storefront to show where they're at. This is an apartment complex. So this is an apartment complex right here?
Yeah.
And have you ever seen Crescent Transportation out here?
Nope.
And what do you think about the fraud taking place here in Minnesota?
Huh? I'm a taxpayer. I don't like it.
What's your message to all the fraud?
Based, sir, based. I want to see that again. I need to see that reaction again.
Fraud taking place here in Minnesota.
Huh? I'm a taxpayer. I don't like it.
What's your message to all the fraudsters?
Yes.
Huh? Prosecute their ass. Take them to jail.
And how do you feel knowing that, for instance, right here, a transportation company that receives money from the government is not even here? It's the apartment complex.
I just said, I don't like it. I'm a taxpayer. I work hard for my money. People out here fraud, they still go to jail.
And should Tim Walz go to jail?
Oh, he cricket too, huh? All them cricket, all the politicians. My daddy ain't never liked none of them.
So that man right there just confirmed that this is an apartment complex.
Right, and so the cities have specific rules governing operating businesses out of apartments. They do not allow transportation companies to park vehicles in an apartment parking lot. None of the cities in the Twin Cities allow that.
Because even if you were to be running a transportation company out of your apartment, there's nowhere to park the cars.
Well, where are they?
Yep.
There aren't any. Crescent, I don't see anything with Crescent on it anywhere.
Yep.
More fraud taking place here.
So this is called Hopkins Child Care Center. This facility is licensed to hold 118 children. So this should be a really big facility.
Oh, we're back to childcare. Okay.
They have received $2.25 million from the state of Minnesota. And last year, they received $1.92 million from the state of Minnesota. And this facility, in the past 5 years, has been in the top 10 for the most money received from the state of Minnesota.
So there should be plenty of children. There should be footprints of children walking in and out.
This should be a very busy place, yes.
So this right here is Hopkins Child Care Center. They're receiving over $2 million a year. All of the windows are completely blacked out. You can't even get in. And for a place that's supposed to have over 100 children, there's no footprints anywhere going into the store.
There's no signage.
And it's locked, midday right now. This is the back side of the daycare, ringing the doorbell right now. See if anybody comes. Hello, sir, how are you doing? How are you doing? This sir.
Get out.
Okay, listen.
Get out. This is our business.
Each other, okay?
Yes,
What are you
sir.
looking for?
We don't care what you do on the parking lot.
Go this side.
This
private.
They've been activated.
No. You don't
They
need
gained
to-
zombie mode.
Can we ask you about the daycare? It's all right. It's all right. Can we ask you about the daycare?
No. I don't care, Ken.
Sir, I'm not racist.
You have to live here.
I'm asking
No. You don't ask me nothing, man.
$2.25 million.
He's trying to ask me something. Shut up.
Get out.
They've gone aggro.
This is our business.
Get out, hey.
They've gone. They were instantly aggro. Hold on. They came in hot. They were like, oh, they were instant aggro. They had that. They okay. So like they had that 5-meter aggro range, and boom, just. Oh yeah, they came out yelling. They came out just yelling, like you can't be back here. Like, bitch, this is a public walkway. He can be wherever he wants. Oh yeah. See, and this is the behavior of someone that has something to hide. If you're coming out hot like that, because they knew who he was. They knew, they recognized him immediately, so they came out screaming. Again, this is trapped animal behavior. This is how trapped animals work.
What are you looking for?
We're asking. We just want to
get out.
We just want to ask you about $2.25 million.
Get out.
You say
Get out of here, man. Get out, guys. Get out.
You cannot do that.
Get out. No, you cannot. You cannot do that.
Where?
Get out.
This is.
Get out, man. No. Get lost. Get out.
They're still
no,
going.
Sir. You have to get out. This is our property. Get out.
Why? Can I ask you about the daycare? I have the paperwork right here.
No, get out.
What's the need for $2.25 million for a daycare?
Get out. Get
Can
out.
you answer the question?
Get out. No, I don't ask you any question.
You
guys, get out.
You can't answer the question.
Get out. No. What? Who are you?
My name's Nick Shirley.
No, I don't give a shit.
Oh, are you? Motherfucker, you know exactly who he is. This fucker's lying out his ass. He knows exactly who Nick is. That's why they came out screaming. Don't even try to pretend like they don't. They can't even pretend like they don't know who he is. They know precisely who he is.
Get out.
Could you answer the question?
No, I don't.
What's the need for $2.25 million for a daycare?
No. $1 million. Don't worry about it. Get out.
Okay.
Get out.
And it's licensed for 118 children.
Get out.
But I don't see any footprints of any children here. I don't see any footprints of any children here.
Get out. Get out. Guys, get out. No, you're not asking me nothing, man.
I'm just asking you about what we're seeing here.
No, get out. Get out our business. Get out.
Sir,
this is my property.
You have millions of people watching right now. Can you say what's the need for $2.25 million? And where are the 118 children?
Get out.
Sir, I'm just asking you a simple question.
Get out. No, you don't ask me any question. Get out.
You have the opportunity to answer the question.
No. You can't ask me nothing. Get out. Get out our business, man. Get out. Get out, man. Get out.
Sir,
get out.
Just answer the question.
No.
Just answer the question.
No, get out. Leave.
Sir, just answer the simple question.
Yeah, because this is the behavior of someone with nothing to hide, right, chat? No, this is absolutely the behavior of someone who has absolutely nothing to hide and is running a legit business, right?
You YouTube, man. Get out.
All right, code word has been given. We're out.
Get out.
All right, we got to get out of here.
Get out.
Sir, just answer the question. Where are the children? No footprints of any children around here. No footprints of any children. They can't even answer the question. We gave them so many opportunities. We gave them plenty of opportunities. Just answer some simple questions. Millions of people are watching right now.
They came out with guns blazing. All we want to know is where are the children? 118 children.
They came out in full aggro mode.
All of their vehicles.
Big boss, the feds have descended upon Minnesota. You've got somewhere around, there's 2,000 ICE agents with 1,000 more joining them. The FBI is in town. The IRS is in town. And mark my words, my guess is tomorrow. I would not be surprised if tomorrow the president initiates the, oh God, I said it earlier, now it just went out of my head. Basically, Trump is going to send the military in. My guess, if the Insurrection Act. Thank you, Atanashi. Yeah, my guess is tomorrow. I would not be surprised if I wake up tomorrow morning, check the news, and Donald Trump has engaged the Insurrection Act and is mobilizing the military into Minnesota. Tomorrow morning. That would not surprise. No, not the National Guard, Cave Spider. The Insurrection Act is full military, not the National Guard. Because Tim Walz will probably try and tell the National Guard to stand down because it's the Minnesota National Guard. Trump is actually going to send in the Marines. He'll actually mobilize the Marines and send the Marines in. And again, I would not be surprised if I wake up tomorrow morning and see the headline that he's mobilized them.
Vehicles were sitting there with 2 feet of snow on them. They haven't moved in months.
The windows are all blacked out.
Yeah.
Up to 11 million.
4 men came.
11 million. And remember, chat, this is 1 day of investigation. 1 day of investigation, they've already uncovered $11 billion in potential fraud.
Yet they couldn't answer the simple question. We had it right here. 118 children. $2.25 million this year.
Welcome to Minnesota.
Now this daycare center, how much money has this one received?
So this child care center is called Proud Child Care Center. and it's in Eden Prairie, Minnesota, which is a very high income area. It's a further out suburb from Minneapolis, but there are a lot of multi-billion-dollar homes right in this neighborhood, and this childcare got $1.25 million in funding in fiscal year 2025. It got $1.08 million last year. It opened in 2021. Let's go see if we can find any kids.
There should be at least 40 children here. Looking at the snow prints, does not look like there's any snow prints of any young children. And all of these windows are completely blacked out. Let's see if we could just talk to somebody. Could I enroll my son Joey into daycare here? Well, do you have the paperwork where I could enroll a child? Who are you? Oh, my name's Nick Shirley. I was wondering if I could enroll a child. I have a son named Joey. Who are you? My name's Nick Shirley. Where you come from? Yeah, I'm just coming out and seeing if I could enroll my child Joey. We just want to get a statement as to why this daycare needs $1.26 million and if it's even possible to enroll somebody like my child, my imaginary child Joey. No, you guys can't give a clear statement, or could you even give me a paper to enroll a child into the daycare? Just to show that you guys are a legit business. It would debunk all claims if you could just give me a piece of paper saying where to enroll a child. You can't do that. Okay, well, thank you very much. And I hope this place actually is holding 47 children because you guys are receiving $1.26 million in this year alone. So have a great rest of your day. They won't even give us a paper to enroll a child. Could have debunked all their claims. They can't even do it.
One of the big talks about the fraud.
One thing I will say is this particular facility does look like it would be a child care facility. Yeah, this one, that's why I was waiting to hear what they had to say. This particular one, I'm a little bit inclined to potentially think that this might be legit. Because, you know, we've all of the other fraudulent child care centers that we saw in his previous video did not have all of this. Like, yeah, they have, like, blacked out windows. I will say this right now. For a child care facility, blacked out windows is not a deal breaker for me. The blacked out windows on a child care facility does not, in my eyes, instantly say, oh, this is a fake child care center. In this day and age, having the windows blacked out so PDFs walking by can't just stand at the windows and just stare at the little darlings as they go running around. Okay, I can actually, like, the blacked out windows is actually understandable with childcare these days. Legit. But this particular one has got the signage all over. You have car seats that look like they've been used. Well, Dolben, dark tinted or blacked out. Again, given the nature that they're dealing with very young children, I'm not opposed to them being blacked out given the modern day. With what is happening in the modern day, I'm actually not opposed to them being black tinted or blacked out. I'm okay with that. But yeah, like the car seats look like they might be fairly recently used. That looks like some fairly recent damage or snow or like snow staining on them. You've got the rubs here. I'm a little inclined to believe that this particular facility might actually be legitimate and that the owners might be, you know, with everything happening right now, might not be inclined to be talking to someone with a camera. Not 100% there. I'm not 100% there, but with all of what we're seeing here in the vestibule, it's possible, Revan, but given all the other fraudulent ones that we've seen, they don't even bother to put up like 2 or 3 signage. And this one has got it like peppered all over the place. So I'm not 100%. I'm not flat out saying, oh, this one is absolutely legitimate. I'm saying with what we're seeing here, there is a possibility that it's legitimate. And that the fact that Nick is standing here with a camera in hand they might be like, yeah, we're not going to fuck with that. I'm not like giving him a pass, but I'm saying there is a possibility.
And I hope this place actually is holding 47 children because you guys are receiving $1.26 million in this year alone. So have a great rest of your day. They won't even give us a paper to enroll a child. Could have debunked all their claims. They can't even do it. One of the big talks about the fraud is about Quality Leering
And yes,
Center.
the Quality
It's a
Leering
daycare that has
hoodies.
received $1.9 million. It's licensed for over 99 children. And instead of Quality Learning, it says Quality Leering Outside. But the big controversy about the Quality Leering Center is that Somalians, after the video went live, they all of a sudden started shuffling children into the daycare. But at the same time, the Commissioner of Children of Minnesota was on a live stream saying they had closed the daycare a week ago.
Quality Learning Center closed just over a week ago.
How much money has this place all received? And
yeah, the Quality Leering Center actually closed, but all of a sudden, wow, it's suddenly open and fully operational again. Ah.
What's
so this is the one that's licensed for 99 children. This fiscal year, they've received 1.9 million, and in fiscal year 2024,
oh my God,
they had received about 2.2 million, so about 4 million in the last 2 fiscal years.
We're up in the Quality Leering Center, 1-800-FRAUD, as now it had been confirmed that this place was closed down, and now they're shuffling children into the daycare.
Hold on a minute. He's got a fan. I think this guy's a fan. You see him, he's walking, but he's not videotaping them. He's smiling, and he actually may have citizenry backup on this one. Because it's the Quality Leering Center, everybody knows it. He may actually have citizenry backup on this one. I fucking love it.
Here.
So Tiki Brown said this facility was closed.
Oh, she said a week ago.
And now, magically, it's full of cars. So
Boy,
how
he's
can it
coming
be
in hot.
closed if people are coming and going?
Fraud. Why do you have everybody here?
Yeah, okay.
Oh, yes, he's got the people. Oh, he's got her. Oh, he's got Drew. Oh, and these people. Hang on.
People
he's
are
got a
coming
whole
and
bunch
going.
of people coming to back him up.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the owner right here.
They can record it. We just need to off the property. Okay.
So
You guys can record.
And so they, how come they said this building was closed?
Okay, but let's go to the
Yeah. He's got his own fucking mom now. Doesn't feel good, does it? Oh, shit. Oh, he's got his own crew. I love
Trying
it.
to speak to the owner, they won't even answer a simple question. Look, now he's going inside.
Hey, sir, don't run, though. It looks suspicious when you run, brother. And you can smile, but bro,
sir, I'm right here.
He's right here to speak to you.
I'm right here.
Don't do that. Oh,
you can't defend the fraud.
Oh, come on. At the daycare doing...
And she's flicking off.
At the daycare doing the middle finger, though?
We have like 100 cameras on it. Now, both of these people have interesting ties with politicians inside Minnesota. For instance, the man who's running the daycare, he was celebrating with Mayor Fry after he won re-election of mayor inside of Minneapolis. And then
Mayor Fry, the guy that pretends he gives a fuck about Somalians and was chewing to save his life when he went to that Somalian restaurant. They're like, here, try some of our Somalian food. And he's just like, the look on his face is like, oh God, I have to keep chewing this absolute garbage so I don't upset my Somalian constituents. Oh, he's deep into it too. Oh, he is deep into it.
this lady right here seems to be a friend of Ilhan Omar, as she has photos with her outside of the restaurant. And she also has videos of her giving a tour to a separate daycare to Mayor Fry. It really makes you wonder why these politicians haven't fought against the fraud, knowing that this happened in locations like Quality.
Gee. Wonder what their bank accounts look like, huh? Ethan?
FBI, open up!
Clearing Center. Meanwhile, they're taking photos and celebrating with them at events. What's your message to the fraud?
The IRS is going to tear them apart.
This is part of the cover-up. They're trying to cover their tracks. So, let me say this on camera. If you can prove that any of the information that I have here is false, I'll give you $100,000 cash.
Okay.
If any of it's false or inaccurate in any way. Anybody want to take me up? And if you can't prove it, you have to give me $100.
So you saying all that's real?
100%. I'll give you $100,000 if you can disprove my information.
Okay, okay. See, they all went silent. Silent.
Anybody? Your $100 versus my $100,000 cash.
They're all silent. What do you think about the fraud here?
Hey, the fraud here in Minnesota, I ain't gonna lie, is crazy. Like, what do you mean specifically? What do you mean?
Yeah, how do you feel about this daycare, for instance, receiving $1.9 million? And they couldn't even spell learning right. They spelled leering.
Hey, man, Somalis, they're an interesting creature. I'm not gonna lie, I can't say too much. I'm already too hot. But, I mean, Tim Waltz, you gotta solve this stuff. Minnesota really cracked down on this.
No. I'm sorry. My guy, I love you. You seem like a really good guy. You seem based. Tim Walz is not going to fix the problem. Tim Walz needs to be put in prison, and someone needs to be put in his place that will address the issue. Tim Walz is getting kickbacks from all these fraudulent places. He is part of the fraud. Tim Walz is part of the problem. He is the one that is basically allowing or possibly even perpetuating the fraud. Maybe he made it possible. I don't know. IRS is going to go through his books with a fucking microscope. Tim Walz will not fix the problem. Remove Tim Walz and have someone put into his place that will fix the problem.
It's because they've been doing this for years. So.
Should Tim Walz be prosecuted?
Hell yeah.
And at this point, you're probably wondering where all the millions and billions of dollars has gone. Well, it's been well tracked that a lot of the money, millions, hundreds of millions of dollars, has been funneled through TSA at the airport inside of Minnesota. It's been well tracked and documented. Even in 2017, there was reports coming from the local Fox News station, and I was actually able to meet up with a whistleblower who used to work as an agent at TSA on the side of narcotics, and he saw
basically the TSA in Minnesota has been complicit or part of the fraud. Like, they've been smuggling cash out of the airport back to Somalia. That's what that came out somewhat recently, or I should say it resurfaced. I don't think this is new. Bearing in mind, a lot of this stuff, a lot of what Nick Shirley has been reporting on, his video before and this video itself, is not new and has been reported on before. Okay, none of this is new. This is like reporters have talked about this like a couple years ago. Nick is bringing it back up because when it was reported on years ago, it got swept under the rug. The government basically hid it and people forgot about it. So they suppressed the news coverage on it and they hid it. They swept it on the rug and they moved on. Nick is literally just re-emerging what those initial reports disclosed. So Nick is not uncovering something brand new. This is not like the first time this fraud has been uncovered. What he's doing is he is basically taking a giant fucking spotlight and shining a light on it. And basically re-emerging the fraud that is already known but was hidden for years. And that is including what he was just talking about, the millions of dollars getting smuggled through the TSA at the Minnesota airport, probably getting smuggled out to Somalia to fund Islamic terrorism.
Millions of dollars go through TSA.
And what kind of fraud did you see take place here in Minnesota?
So I worked for the airport police for 31 years. 24 of those years I worked in narcotics at MSP Airport. And my recollection was from about 2015-16 to 2021 when I retired. I would get emails from our dispatch saying like 2 male Somali descent individuals. They would give us their names. They claimed the cash, that they had a large amount of cash at the checkpoints. We'd get all this information in an email, and I believe they would send it right away. So TSA would contact our dispatch telling us this, then our dispatch would relay the info via email to us.
And how much was the money?
The money, the smallest amount in a suitcase that I heard was like $750,000. But generally, it was.
That was the smallest amount that he heard. Let me play that again. The smallest amount.
The money, the smallest amount in a suitcase that I heard was like $750,000. But generally, it was anywhere from $1 million to $6 million in a suitcase. And there usually was, as far as I can remember, there was always two individuals traveling.
Hello, me.
So you would have maybe one guy with 2.2 million and another guy with 3 million. And
at airports, you're able to take $10,000 without declaring it. How are these guys able to take millions of dollars?
Because as far as I know, as long as they declared it, they were fine. So then TSA would contact HSI and Customs, and I'm sure they got the information. We got the information. My administration knew about it, and I trust that they sent that on to higher state officials on this, but nothing.
There it is. Here it is. It got set, the information be recorded, it was declared, and the information would get sent to higher state officials. Oh, yeah. The entire state capitol needs to be run through with a fine-tooth comb and put under a microscope. Oh, yes. Well, Phil Winter, I don't think its chain of command has a weak link. I don't believe so. Because if legally, as long as they declare it, they're allowed to go through. And they send that up to state to basically, be looked at maybe by state investigators or something. It's not, I get the feeling it's not the chain of command, the chain of command was a weak link there. They were going by, their orders. They, by their established protocol. As long as it got declared, they got to go through, and then it was up to the state to do something. And the state did nothing.
Nothing was ever done the whole time I was there. I talked to one individual. We were going after narcotic
okay, fair enough,
cash
Elwinter,
leaving
fair
the
enough.
airport. This was always fraud. We had no nexus to that this cash was related to narcotics. So our hands were kind of tied. We couldn't do a whole lot.
Yeah.
How do you suspect these Somalians had millions of dollars to move in an airport?
We would rack our heads all the time.
Thank you,
like,
Gramps.
where are they getting this? Where in the world are they getting this money? And I had heard about these daycares and whatnot, but I mean, I thought at the time, okay, maybe they had 10 daycares, but apparently they have a lot more than that. We were all just racking our heads trying to figure this out.
So you openly saw just millions of dollars get moved through these airports?
I saw one time. I saw an open suitcase with the cash because we were looking into seeing if it was narcotics related, which it was not.
How much money do you think moved through the airport in your time?
Millions,
Billion.
literally millions and millions. I mean,
I would say billions, with a B. Given that the smallest was 750,000 and routinely it was 6, in the years that he, what do you say, it was 2015 to 2021 or 2022 when he retired. That's billions. Garrett, that is up to billions with a B. If not, it's damn close in the hundreds of millions. It would be damn close to it. Not tens of billions, actually. No, I'm not prepared to say tens of billions. What? I'd say if not the extremely high 100,000s, or extremely high 100 millions, billions. Oh yes.
For a good 5-6 years, you're talking, I don't know, 5 to 6 million a week. It would happen twice a week. You would get twice.
Oh, there it is. 5 to 6 million a week, twice a week. How many weeks are there in a year? Ronnie, I'm trying to remember. How many was it? Is it 52 weeks out of a year? 53. Okay, let's do some quick math. All right, so Well, actually, we can do it easier. So 6 million twice a week. All right, so that's 12 million per month. So that's approximately, with going by at least twice a week, approximately $144 million that he knows of for the year. So 6 million twice a week for 12 months, approximately 144 million, and that's what he knows about. How much of it does he not know about?
It's a week where there would be somebody flying, two people flying out with $1 to $2 to $3 to $4 or $5 million twice a week, every week, without fail.
And where were those people traveling to?
So this is the word I got, that they would fly to Atlanta, take a flight from Atlanta to Dubai, and then apparently what I had heard was it was too dangerous to go any further with it, so they'd wire.
What? 624? Wait, Brevin, how are you doing your math? How are you doing your math? 6 million. Hold up. How are you doing your math there? How did I fuck up my math? 6 million every 2 weeks, so times 2 for the month. That's $12 million per month. 12 months out of the year would be 144 million. How are you coming up with 624 million? No. Wait. Did he say? He said twice a week. Oh, my bad. I misheard him. I thought he said every 2 weeks. My brain equated that to every 2 weeks. I'm sorry. That's my bad. Okay, so 6 million every 2 weeks, or twice a week. All right, that's 12 million per week. That's 48 million per month. So I came up with 576 million per year. Approximately. Shut up, LaRoche. So yeah, approximately 576 million per year, approximately. Yeah, so there you go. Approximately 4.3 billion total for during those years of his career.
The money to Somalia, whether they scraped a whole bunch off the top and did that, I don't.
Grumpy.
Wow, so they take the money from Minnesota, take it to Atlanta, and then take it to Dubai, and then from Dubai they then wire the money.
Correct. I don't know that for sure, but that's what I was told by other investigators.
So all the taxpayers' dollars were getting funneled through the airports and then taken to Dubai to be sent to Somalia.
Yes. It appears that's how it all went down, yes.
Hell yes, it's time to hold them accountable, and the politicians. Absolutely. Put them all in prison. Lock them up. Throw them in the box. Throw them in the box. Holy crap. That is insane. By the way, look at the like to dislike ratio. Look at the ratio here. 131,000 likes to 900 dislikes.
Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
And he's gotten 1 million views. And by the way, chat, I all recommend that you guys go and give him the view. You know, he has put out this fantastic reporting for us that we got to watch on my stream. Please make sure you go and give him a view. Give him your view. Absolutely do it. So, I am looking forward. I am looking forward to seeing the end results of this massive sweep running through Minnesota. I can't wait to see it. And then, after we're all done, on to the next state, because Minnesota's not the only one. There's probably at minimum, 4 or 5 other states with massive fraud issues like Minnesota. This is only the beginning. This is only the beginning.